Okay, you guys can hear me through the Sony, but that's not the good. That's not the good microphone. We want this microphone. Why is it doing this? 1 second. Technical difficulties.
Check one. Okay, there we go. Okay. Is that better? Hopefully you guys can hear me. I hope you guys can hear me. Thank you. Hopefully. All right. So, what's up, guys? Canadian Guy here, and we are back. We're not going to do an intro because I kind of want to hop right into the stream right away before I wanted to get things started, because I'm already seeing a lot of discourse talking about this mod already. Okay. And it's not even a mod. Where do I even begin? It's a decompiler and a compiler. So let me explain. I'm going to boot it up. I'm going to show you guys what's going on. I'm going to explain what the controversy is, and then we're going to get into the game. And because we were going to do that, I wanted to make sure that that I was able to kind of just show from the ground up what this is. So before we even hop in, okay, I just want, before we even begin the stream, I jumped the countdown for now to get into this. So let me show you something, okay? Just so that it is perfectly clear. Here is my desktop, right? Here's my desktop. I know it's a mess. I get it. It is also an ultra wide. If I were to try to open, I have my emulator here. Okay? Or emulator, sorry. I have my decompiler here. This is OpenPete. This is a, similar to the Jack and Daxter decompile, this is a Spyro 1 decompile. But watch this, okay? So I'm going to double click just to prove the point. This is playing additionally on an ultra wide screen. There's also a mod enabled which gives us a Realm Beyond logo. This is set up on an ultra wide. So you're seeing Spyro in a way that most likely hasn't been seen before. You have definitely seen 1080p Spyro, but not like this, because those frames needed to be generated and it wasn't working. When you have super loud, whoa. I apologize. There we go. That should be better. Let's try that again. I forgot to turn down the volume. What this has allowed us to, not allowed us, but what this has had us to be able to do is that we can now see on an ultra wide screen and render in things that the typical PS1 could not do. This is the difference. I know I probably turned it down way too much now, but this is the difference between just an emulator and a native PC port, is that it is smooth. It is buttery. It is also natively 60 frames. Typically, when you played Spyro on 1080p, it would stretch out the 4:3 ratio to make Spyro look wider and chunkier, when in reality, Spyro was much, much thinner. Now, we're going to plug this in, and the best part is that you can adjust your settings. Now, there are a few known issues. Does it have a better draw distance? Yes. And you can choose your type of draw distance. This is where it gets really cool. Let me know if that's too loud or if that's good enough here. When it comes to cinematics, it's busted because, you know, the cinematics were built for, the cinematics were specifically built for 4:3, right? What's draw distance? Load distance, draw distance. Back in the day, they used to have multiple renderers where at a certain distance, the game would be lower res, and then as you got closer, the level of detail would get more and better and better and better. Instead of having to get up close for that level of detail to get better, it's now just infinite. It's just all the same. So I will show you. So we're going to hop into a new game. Game audio is still a tad quiet still. Okay, we'll turn up a smidge more. Cinematics are broken because this was developed for 4x3, right? It was developed for 4x3, and the cinematics didn't have animation for things on the side because it wasn't needed, right? So you can see literally the.
I'll take that question. Nasty Nork.
You see Spyro. Whoop!
He has been contained in a remote world and is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom. No threat! Besides, he is ugly. That does it.
So you can see how smooth this is.
Like I've got some things to do.
Okay. Now, there's more to this. There's a bit more to this. So, this is all on PC. Now, you can see in the background there, the details kind of vertexing coming back in. You can click exit, and now you have settings. You have your aspect ratio, can set the audio. You can set your FPS to unlimited if you wanted to. VSync on. This is how you can make the graphics go like higher and higher, or the textures. I have it at 2 times for now, but you can go up to 16 times. 16 times I found blew up my everything, so I wouldn't go that high. Wobble is where the vertex, you know, the PlayStation classic thing where you're walking and the textures kind of wobble. You can turn it on or off. Now, textures, you can have correct or affine, which I'm not sure what that is, but level of detail, original, or you can see here, see? It is now infinite. You can see, like, this is the original, but now here, it doesn't pop in at all. It's just, boom, infinitely, just no details on, right? You can have dither, you can have a whole bunch of different things set up. Okay, and also, so there we go. Is the game still quiet? Okay, we can turn it up still. How's that? Is that all right? Does expose how the developer handles actors off screen, which is both interesting and hilarious. Exactly. So this means that you can play Spyro 1 natively in 4K, in 1080p, in whatever way you want. So, also, if we want to go to options, we're going to change the camera back to active. There we go. And continue. It runs smooth. You can even see the FPS counter in the top left corner. You can quite literally see it's just buttery smooth at 60. Like, it is strange seeing it like this without all the additional things. Like I said, you can also go here, and if you're like, okay, well, I want that wobble back, you can do that. You can turn wobble times 1 times 2, where you can have a certain amount of wobble effect. You can have back to the correct and go back to the original like that, so that if you want your look like this, you kind of have that original kind of, see here, you have the original kind of wobble effect. You can still have that slight jitter if you want. Right? You can have that slight jitter if you want, or you can do the extended with that on. There is or you can have it completely off. So you can, now this is version, like the first version. This is the first version of the build. So there's going to be more in the future. There will be more stuff in the future. So this is version 1. So even if people are having some issues with it, this is version 1. This is fun. I like doing this. You can also turn on free cam, which allows you to be able to move around, and Spyro will be frozen in place. So if you wanted to get some interesting screenshots of PS1 Spyro, you like this one already, you can already see you got some goofy, funny screenshots. Like, you can take that as a screenshot and it'd be funny. Or the whole world continues, but Spyro is frozen. So now you have a free cam mode, and then you can just go back and go free cam off, and then you're back to business. Hey, Alchavizi, how's it going? So, thumbnail make exactly.
Where's Nasty Nork? I'll torch him.
Keep your horns on, Spyro. You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly?
Now, I do find that if you switch between free cam and open cam, things get a little squirrely and laggy. So what I do is I just go to FPS and reset back to 60, and then it goes smooth again. Again, there is a... Hey! Ties Corp donated $50 through Super Chat, the first donation. And if you guys don't know, this is the dev behind the actual mod. So, Ties Corp, thank you so much for sending over $50. And this has been a very, very, very interesting and amazing. It's a recompile and decompiler, as you explained. So thank you for this. Now, there have been people yelling and screaming about certain things on Twitter already that I am like just kind of, you know, rolling my eyes at right now. And people yelling and saying that this is AI slop. It's no. This is more than that. Way more than that. Infinitely more than that. It's not that. So to call it that is an insult. This is a... Let me make sure that I have the quote correct. It is that, because actually, Ties Corp reached out to me and spoke with me privately. It features a full custom Vulkan renderer that bypasses all PS1 rendering code and draws directly from the game state. It's a hybrid of a decomp and recomp. It uses the decomp code and delegates to recomp for functions yet not yet decomped. There's going to be mod support. There's planned for porting Spyro 2 and 3, and more. And source code will be released as soon as the developer can. This is a software engineer with over 13 years of professional experience. Been contributing to the decomp of Spyro 1 for about a year. The second highest contributor after the OG Ultra 50, and much more. So this is an email that was sent to me, and I am very, very, very happy about this. So give me a second here. Why are people... Not sure what this person is trying to imply here. Are they trying to say just play okay, there's someone just posted something on my channel that I'm looking at. I'm like, what are they trying to imply here? I don't understand. So it is absolutely an amazing looking. I'll say it. Here we go. Got any fun Spyro creators things with Toys for Bob been up to lately? I have not done anything lately. Is there stuff planned? Perhaps. But in terms of lately, I have not done anything as of late. But there are things planned, to my knowledge. What was I going to do? Oh yes, the FPS. So I'm just going to show FPS off for now. It looks so good. It does look so good. And again, thank you, Ties Corp, for both the donation and this amazing build of the game so far that we will definitely be keeping updates on. I am thinking, I believe that I will be doing a video about this. I will be doing a video about this and comparing it to the original and showing, you know, like, oh, is it just an emulator? No, it is much more than an emulator. It is, it's different from Reignited PC, obviously, and it's very much is very, very, very different. So I'm very happy about that. So I hope that you guys can sit back, you guys can enjoy, and we can have a fun time reviewing this thus far amazing.
Oh, Flash, do that again.
The artisans
And there's
pass
more,
through a
too.
portal in the dragon mouth, but you are not yet ready, Spyro. First, you must complete one of the other artisan
To my
labs.
knowledge, no, not to my knowledge. No, it's from someone who has 13 years of coding experience and has been working on this for a long time and has been one of the biggest contributors to this decompile. So, I mean, you know, I'm sure, you know, I can't speak on behalf of them, but like I'm sure there's algorithmic tools that, you know,
Hey, Spyro,
may be
press
used.
the
I
jump
can't,
button
but I
twice
can't
to
comment because I
glide,
wouldn't
and-
know. I
and
might be
don't be
speaking out of turn.
Afraid?
But
Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks,
from what I've heard, to
plummeting
be able to
into
vibe
prehistoric
code something
glaciers?
like this would, in and of itself, deserve an award to be able to vibe code this. Because from what I've seen, how it, you know, anyone tries to vibe code anything beyond a simple calculator, the thing explodes. So, like, you know, the fact that it works this way is really, really, really cool. But no, like I said, I don't know what the extent is of the tools and stuff and what people are calling Gen AI nowadays, because I'm hearing now different definitions for what constitutes as air quote Gen AI, which I'm like, I don't know if I agree with that, you know, assumption. But I digress. I also am not a coder, so I don't know. All I know is that somebody has taken something really cool and made something really awesome. All right, so we got Nestor, we got Delbin. That's all the dragons, isn't it? Yeah, that's all the dragons. Yeah. First, we're gonna go over to Dark Hollow. You know what I forgot? I forgot to let everyone know that we're live. That might be a good idea. That may have been something that I missed. I was like, I forgot something, didn't I? And yes, I did. I knew I forgot something. By the way, by early next week, we're gonna have live. One, two, three, four, five. Watch on Twitch. There we go. So we'll do that, do this. There we go, that. And post. And then we'll go here, and then we'll go over to here. Hang on a second. Could be here. Just as a friendly reminder, we are not going to be doing a Spyro Yap Sesh this Saturday. I can confirm that with 100% certainty. We will not be doing a Yap Sesh because we are going to a museum on Saturday with the family to celebrate as our gift to Jonathan. He's going to go to a train station that has a bunch of historical trains and trains that are like, there is like a running train that they actually like operate and use, like a real locomotive. And I am excited to see his reaction to that. Okay, we're almost done. Sorry, guys. And post. There we go. Okay. Okay, we should be good now. And of course, let me pull up my Streamlabs to make sure that if anyone says anything through, I can read it. Do. Okie dokie. There we go. We should be good now. Okay. There we go. All right. Let's go to Dark Hollow. Now, all that I've done on this, also loading is much quicker. So yeah, and the best part is that you can download it yourself. It is completely free. If you go to the link in the description below, you can see that you yourself can download this, and all you need is to provide your own Spyro ISO. Now, of course, you can use your own PS1 disc to rip it, or find a friend, wink, wink,
Spyro, want to know a secret?
and
Use
play
the
it.
triangle button when you want to zoom in and look
Once you-
around. Oh, your secret's safe with me.
Yeah, you can take your own disc, turn it into an ISO, and then take that ISO, dump it onto OpenP, and then voila, you have a decomp of Spyro on your PC. It's really, like, strange. I'm going to be honest with y'all. There are moments that I'm like, wow, this is cool, but it's also like, it's just strange. It is so strange. Hey, Liv, how's it going? Once again, shout out to Liv for the amazing new profile picture that they provided for us. It was on our Twitter profile now. It is such a good image. We love it. Also, credit has been given in the description. If I don't know if you have a Twitter profile or not, Liv. If you do, let me know. If you don't, that's okay. Oh, hi. Go see Mama, okay? Okay, thank you. Daniel, what a daddy. You okay? So borrowing a Discra is legal. Check. I only have Blue Sky. Okay, gotcha. Okay. So someone's screaming. Check with your local laws and municipalities and stuff when it comes to that, because in Canada, it's completely legal. I don't know what it is in the States, whether or not you can just borrow a friend, but he is running at 60 frames, but he is actually running at normal. He's running at normal speed, but it's also on an ultra wide monitor. So it is an ultra wide monitor, and the game is running natively at 60 frames. This is not an emulator. This is not a regular old thing.
Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, he came in and he's like, Daddy! He went to barge in here, and I was just like, go see Mama. Okay. Oh.
Oh,
Bye.
it's
Love
you.
you.
I wasn't sure if you'd escape those annoying little creatures. Of course,
Doesn't it, Tysley? It looks very, very strange.
Fireproof, but a charge
charge
attack will
attack
take care
will
of them.
It's really surreal. It really is. Because we're seeing the game in a way that I don't think we've ever seen it before. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just not well-read or I'm inexperienced, but I think this is genuinely experiencing the game in a way that we've never seen before. For
Big enemies like
genuine
this can
native
open the
60
club
frames,
cannot be charged.
4K, 8K if you want it to be. Very jarring to see him at double speed and the camera pulled back a bit. Yeah, it is very... at first, when you're playing, you're like, whoa, what is going on? I don't think so, Michael. I think that Spyro is going to look just fine when we get to A Realm Beyond. Better than emulator. Much better than emulator. Yes. It is very, very, very good. Loading screens are a lot faster as well. Just zip, zip. There we go. And bang. And we're here. Right now, I'm going to be interested in seeing Stone. It is weird seeing Stonehill like this. It is so strange to be able to, like, I'm going to see if I can get to, like, a broad vista up here. Let me see if I can find a really, like, just wide vista. Just to really just take it all in. We got our first Streamlabs donation comes from Jim C. The first Streamlabs donation of the month goes Jim C, who donated $5 to Streamlabs. Just wanted to say you've been doing a fantastic job with all the Spyro content the last few months. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, give it a great work. Thank you, Mason Fenner. I appreciate that. So, yes, the reason why so the reason why a video didn't come out this week is because I've been working on a video that got a lot bigger than I expected. So I was like, okay, and even if I took the next week to work on it, it would still probably even come out the following week. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is taking too much time. So I sat down and had a chat and decided to, you know what? Let's do a similar strategy that I did with Thomas Wilson and release like small chunks in the interview and then the full interview. Michael donated $2.79 through Super Chat. Thank you so much. Thanks for the confidence. Team Spyro for the win. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the support. Michael, thank you so much. And yes, Team Spyro for the win.
Spyro, my friend, how about a hint on gliding?
Gliding.
You bet.
For the longest glide, press the X button at the top of a jump, and try pressing the triangle button to drop down in mid-flight.
So, yeah, it is quite interesting. Now, there is a little secret little area here for mods where you can go a little bit like deeper into it. You can have your free camera, your camera lock. You could do apply a cheat for 99 lives, apply a thing for all things. You can warp to any specific level you want. You also can turn on, if you want some a CRT effect, you can turn that on too. And there's a few custom levels that have been added that we will cover. And I believe the one custom level that was created by, if I'm not mistaken, Cyrides, who is the dev behind Zera Myths Awaken and was behind the original, the big Spyro modded game that I believe it was Spyro Myths Awaken, or it's been a long time. I can't remember the original name, but Cyrides being one of the leading people behind one of the big modded games was Cyrides. So CRT, yeah, you can get the CRT screen if you wanted. There's so apparently that yes, Cyrese. Okay, I got it right. See, I pay attention. I try to. A lot to juggle and balance, but I try. Why ain't I a member? I don't know. Would you like to become a member? Either your original membership was gifted, or you had a payment that didn't go through. Either way, I don't know. I don't control any of those things. Well, now you're back. Welcome back. Thank you so much for becoming a $2 member. Becoming a member is essentially like being a sub over on Twitch. You get access to a whole bunch of emojis, and you help the channel on a monthly basis. So thank you so much.
Freed all the dragons, pass through this fancy vortex
thingamajigger.
It'll take you back to the artisan home. But first,
Let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya.
No thanks. For ya. So we will be streaming tomorrow. We might be streaming Dusk Fade, which is like a cross. It looks like so far a cross between like Jack and Daxter and like Kingdom Hearts. And it's been a game that's been on my radar for a while. So I'm excited to take a look at it to see what the hubbub is about. It does look pretty good. So we will have to take a look. The Clifton is by Ultra and okay, the Goats of Spyro Reverse Engineering. Yes. Ultra 50, I have a vague memory, but I am not familiar, but I am more familiar with HWD. I know they also were they are behind a bunch of the things coming back, like images and stuff, like not historian, but like a collector of that stuff, but also did the Spyro 3 randomizer.
When you free a dragon or step on one of their platforms, you're saving your progress. That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
Not only that, and Tycor, if you can answer this question with the potential future support of Spyro 2 and 3, would this also mean that you could also play the Spyro randomizer?
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his
I got a new iPad and I can send drawing in high quality to you now. I want to ask if it was okay. I sent it. Of course!
Like me.
Sure.
Of course. I mean, the one that you already sent me was a very high quality, and I thought it was amazing. But if you want to send it to me again, I'm not going to say no. I ain't saying no. I wonder how long it took for a PC port of this game to show itself. It's very difficult because you have to reverse engineer so much. You have to reverse engineer so much of the original game and so much of the original code and what meant. And it's not like Unreal Engine where there's kind of like a universal, I wouldn't even want to say universal because that would be kind of like implying the wrong thing. It's not like a lot of games use the same engine over and over again. A lot of games, especially back in this time, were their own proprietary engines that they built themselves, right? And so when you want to reverse engineer, you have to rebuild it from the ground up. A lot of tweaks of rendering engine because it's very specific to Spyro 1 and they change formats. You are correct. There is going to be a video releasing very soon talking about the engine between Spyro 1 and 2 and 3 and how between Spyro 1 and you know what, I'm going to hold on to that detail, but apparently between Spyro 1 and 2 they completely rebuilt the engine from the ground up. It's not the same engine. They were like, you know what, we're just going to do this again and build it from the ground up. And we combine the run natively. It's been happening more and more. Yes, so there's been more and more as computers become more powerful, as people start understanding more and more of the knowledge and the commonalities between engines and stuff, and just time, people are able to figure out, oh, we can decompile this, and we can, because the Banjo-Kazooie decompile, I've seen that. There was the Jack and Daxter decompile, and as they continue, they're able to figure all this stuff out. There we go. But that's why there's a lot of games that can that are coming out in the modern era, that there can be mods almost instantly, that there's all these different things that can be done almost instantaneously. So as time goes on, you're going to start seeing more and more games get decompiled and turned and set up for PC. Now, I'm very curious to see how this is going to affect speedrunners. Just looked up Dusk Fade and it ended with me buying it. Well, that was a fast sale now, wasn't it? Yeah, I might be trying this game Dusk Fade and got a sale. I just want to be sure, is it okay I sent you just... Absolutely, it is A-okay. So you're saying that Unreal is like a modular IKEA furniture, while PS1 versions are likely custom handcrafted furniture. Am I hearing that right? Kind of. That's actually kind of a good way to put it. Where
use the L2 and R2 buttons to
you
get
are
a good
essentially building. Yeah. So essentially, with Unreal, you know, there's a lot of engines that share the same. With Unreal, there's a lot of commonalities between all Unreal games because they have the same architecture. But of course, you know, that doesn't mean that they're one-to-one. But yes, that is a relatively interesting way to put it, is that it's like IKEA allows you to be able to, you know, have a whole bunch of modular things that you can pull in and pull out. But then
Thanks, Spyro.
the original games were all handcrafted
Did you know
from the ground
that
up
you get your
each and every
longest
time.
slides by pressing X
Extremely
at the
consistent in
very
Open
top
P,
of
but
your
right now
jump?
I don't recommend it because of input in SimStick timing issues. That's fair. As you said, that this is, you know, this is essentially, if I'm correct, this is essentially public version 1, right? I mean, just by the coding, it's like version 0.1. I got 0. My version is 0.1.2. So this is very early. It's not even considered version 1 yet. Can I ask you, one of my friends bought a motherboard Ryzen and of storage. Did he get a good deal for $130? I mean, getting motherboard, 16GB DDR4 for $130, depending on what you want to do with it. But you know, overall, to my knowledge, that's a pretty decent deal. It's a bit of a small hard drive though. But I mean, 160 gigabytes of even DDR4, even though it's not DDR5, even DDR4 RAM is still not bad, especially with some of the RAM prices. Because I know that there's been some issues where people have been, if you go on like eBay and stuff, they've been reselling DDR4 RAM, and DDR4 RAM is going for a hefty price. So all out for $130, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with that. Good old Spyro, yes.
Spyro, did you see a man dressed in blue running around here? He's a
thief!
And he's stolen a dragon egg! You've got to track him down and get that egg! Run!
Run!
I'm getting a little winded.
I mean, so far I've been finding the load speeds have been significantly faster. Not just like a little bit faster, just significantly faster. It's like, yeah, I know how that feel. This way. Go. Hitting those gems and them smoothing hitting so smooth and so fast is just wild to me. And again, for those who came in late, you can push exit and you can adjust your settings as you wish. You can turn dither off. You have your LOD extended. You can turn on free cam for a moment if you like. Textures, wobble, SSAA 2 times. You can set all that up the way you like it. These are the things that I like thus far. I may still tweak them just a little bit more. But overall, these are the things that I like. I like the extended LOD. Yeah, right now the RAM costing the amount that it is just ridiculous. It's absolutely insanity. The layout is incredible. They made such a short level that has that much movement variety. Town Square, in my opinion, and this is just my hot take, if you were like, hey, what is the design element, the #1 like top design element of Spyro 1, like the example of the way that the original Spyro games were built was a good example of it, and I would say it's Town Square, because what they did was that they took just a small tiny use of space and they were able to make basically 3 tiers of movement on Town Square to take something that was significantly smaller and turn it into something much bigger, while also keeping the game feeling like it's not like without putting like a bunch of walls in the middle, right? It's just different altitude, different height, different setup. It's well done. Town Square is a really good example of explaining, like if you were to sit there and be a professor and explain the level dynamics behind Spyro 1, Town Square, in my opinion, is where you kind of get the ideal setup. Toasty here, again, it's if you think about it, all Toasty is basically a U. That's all it is. It's a U, right? But they're able to make it look bigger and have a beautiful use of space that allows you to be able to get more bang for your buck. That's it, right? But now we're in an era where that's no longer a thing anymore, where these small little stages are not required. So now we're going to be entering like a realm beyond, which I'm still wondering where does that lead? Where does that go? How big does it become? I'm very excited. Toasty are currently broken in the original. They're actually below the grass, but the PX rendering covers up the broken position. Okay, gotcha. The walls at Laura and Toasty are broken
Nasty
currently.
Nork
Okay.
has put one of his most devious henchmen in charge of the artisan world.
Bring him on. I think I smell a barbecue.
Be careful, Spyro. This boss has many tricks up his sleeve.
What is this PC mod? It is not a mod. It is a decompiler and recompile of the original game. So this is running natively on PC. So it's running 60 frames on an ultra wide as well. If it's not clear, it's also on it. This is also running on an ultra wide. Okay, I see. So of course, version 1 gonna have a few bugs in it. Like right up against them, they can't hit you, but on Stonehill they can. I wonder why. Hey, Celebrate, how's it going? When he jumps, he makes a weird duck sound. Yeah, in all the games, it's just a weird. Yeah, it's like a yeah. Yeah. I've always wondered that too. That little, you hear it's like, like if you can't hear it, I'll show you guys what I mean. For those who don't know, I mean, most Spyro fans probably know it, but like this. I don't know if that's supposed to be like a wind sound effect, but it is kind of like a duck sound effect. It's kind of like a wank, wank, wank. I've always wondered, like, what? All right, go to Peacekeepers. Spyro the Duck. That's awesome, Cameron Speed.
Welcome to Peacekeepers, Spyro. Look how our treasure has been turned against us and stolen.
Yeah, I made you boot up
Recover
this
our
game.
treasure, Spyro.
Collect treasure. Got it.
Nice, Cameron Speed. While streaming, I think my timing for Spyro 120% was because I've done it I've done it for 12 hours. I think it's about 6 hours. It's in and around 6 hours. Again, if you guys want to check it out, Open Pete is in the link in the description below. You can check it out. You can see. Let's see. Is North Booty still there? Hi, Daniel. How's it going? I mean, come on. Oh, F is toggle for freaking awesome. Also, I find sometimes if get dark blue. I'm being Flash, aren't I? Oh, I can't wait to play A Realm Beyond live. I cannot wait. I've already got my name in the pot already for a review code and an early build and everything in between. I'm trying. I basically, as soon as Spyro was announced, I literally was like, listen, every opportunity, yes. I want. Do I want an early review copy? Yes. Do I want press releases? Yes, as early as possible.
Spyro.
I want just
Has been doing a good job protecting
give it to me.
Make sure to keep him strong by feeding him lots of butterflies.
It might as well have just been an email of that picture of like everything. How is this PC port? It's a decompile, and also if you can see, it is on an ultra wide screen and not stretched out. Just all of it. Just, yeah, yes. If you want to send me Spyro branded jammies, I will show them off. Okay. I will, you know, if you sent me Spyro branded hot sauce that I need to sign something for to make sure that my brain doesn't explode, I will, you know, I will get it. If I have to eat a whole bottle of hot sauce purely just to get a, you know, an early build for A Realm Beyond, I'll do it, and I'll do it live if I have to. Do I know Wampa Lewis? Yes, we have done a collaboration on the channel before. I know Wampa Lewis. Square Eye Jack, I know Square Eye Jack. Dr. Rank, I know Dr. Rank. And do I know Carl Jobs? I believe I know Carl Jobs. I'm about 85% certain I know Carl. But everyone else on there, I can. Spyro Dental Floss, let's go. I forgot Sunny Flight. I forgot Sunny Flight. How could I forget? Spyro Dental Floss, I'd buy it. Absolutely, I'd buy it. Hang on a second. I gotta head back to on Spyro Hot Sauce Challenge. Absolutely. If they did a, I just joined and here, Spyro branded hot sauce, I'll eat a whole bottle of hot sauce. Yes, I will eat a whole bottle of Spyro branded hot sauce if it gets me access to an early build of A Realm Beyond. Like, man. I would commit potential crimes, okay? I would commit a crime for A Realm Beyond, okay? Like, I would, like, man. It's so interesting with the ultra wide. The flight level with the ultra wide is, like, tell me that's not surreal. Are you sure? I'm sure. Listen, man, I have a problem with severe hot sauce, and I would. What'd you do? For an early build? Yeah. Like one that I was allowed to use and play all the way up until the launch of the game, an early build of just like a level or two for me to explore and play. Yes. Yes, I would eat a whole bottle of hot sauce. Okay, I would be hospitalized. Because afterwards, after I'd be crippled, I'd be like, yeah, I might spend a few days in the hospital, but I got A Realm Beyond worth. I'd probably have to live off of Tums Maalox Pepsid AC for a month. But I'd be doing it with a smile on my face as I was playing A Realm Beyond. I'd be like, worf. Spyro Wasabi? Yes. Like, I absolutely would. I would, like, you know those, I would love if I had an idea, and I sent, listen, okay? A Heat Beyond. Here, 1 second, okay? I'm going to reread one quick thing from my Team Spyro thing I keep right here on a shelf nearby that I can access and look and read and let you guys know something about. And let me reread the part. Most importantly, we want to work directly with you to shape how the community experiences Spyro. We're all ears for creative ideas, content opportunities, and ways your audience wants to learn more about the game. So, if you guys don't know, okay, I sent in a dossier of ideas. Everything from, like, oh, this is a cute, simple idea. to why, like, oh my gosh, why? I wanted to cover all my bases. I want to do everything from like, yeah, you know, it would be really cool. You know, it'd be like, yeah, this would be really cool if we did this, and it'd be really cool if we did that. And then I was like, oh yeah, you know, but then I ranked them from like, oh yeah, this is pretty normal. This is pretty normal stuff. And then, okay, we're going a little bit more advanced and stuff that are like, oh, you know, maybe another company has done before, or maybe, you know, a twist on something that they typically do. And then we got to, okay, this is kind of strange. And then what are you talking about? like I did a whole, and I submitted it. And I submitted to the PR. I submitted it to my representative, and I wrote it all down, and I made a whole dossier. I presented it. I was like, this is what I think we should do. Here are all my ideas that could be potentially explored. I understand some of these are not feasible, but I wrote them down, you know, in case it spurs other ideas. I wrote down ideas that I'm like, man, this is kind of, from basic, like, oh yeah, you could release like profile banners that let people know that they're excited for Spyro, all the way up to a Spyro Hot Wing challenge. And then further down, I suggested indoor skydiving. And then I also suggested the Spyro games, which were led by members of Team Spyro, where it was like trivia and like an ongoing pre-recorded nutcasery that would be like equivalent to like a reality show. So I suggested everything from basic, small, simple things to things that I know wouldn't get an approval in a million years and would probably just make the person reading either raise an eyebrow or laugh. But I wanted to include it just in case, on the off chance that they were like, you know what, we're looking for some wacky, crazy idea from somewhere, and someone's like, well, I have this dossier sent by that wacky Canadian guy that wouldn't shut up for almost 8 years about Spyro the Dragon. I wonder what his ideas are. And again, they vary everything from like, huh, that's interesting, to what are you talking about? Enter Spyro the Dragon or Nuzlocke run. I did do I used to do more Nuzlocke reignited runs. I stopped doing that a little bit because I felt like I was like banging my head against the wall and I wasn't doing good enough. But we might revisit it leading up to reignited. I did not. We're all glad I didn't shut up. And people were like, "We stopped talking about no," and another thing, and another thing. And just when you thought I was done, and another thing. I would like to check out the PC port for CTR as well. I would like to look that up because I believe it also has some aspect of multiplayer as well, which is super cool. All right, off to Dry Canyon. And another thing. I didn't give up about it. I did not shut up. I just kept banging that drum of, hey, this is where I think Spyro could come back, and here's why. Elena donated $50 to Super Chat. That's two $50 donations this stream. That's incredible. We got two $50 donations. Thank you so much, Elena, for the $50 Super Chat. $5 from Grandma. She's watching. Please say hi, everyone. Hi. Use this for computer upgrades or take the family out for ice cream. Ooh, that's very kind and very nice of you. Thank you so much for the $50. Yes, we got to be doing a CPU upgrade very soon. At the bare minimum, we're going to have to do an upgrade on the hard drives. I think I'm going to have to reset my SSD drives and get some new ones because I think they're starting to slow down, and a new NVMe drive. But I appreciate that. Thank you so much. for multiplayer, I will actually cheer in the streets. With it being such a wide open world, there is a shot that you could have an alternative multiplayer mode. That would be like, that would be interesting. Would you be able to do it? I don't know. I did make a video talking about the fact that it would be interesting to be able to have some form of co-op. I think that would be really fun. And also, it's just a really fun excuse to be able to sit down and play Spyro with my kiddos, so... When are we going to get the Enter the Dragonfly recompiled? I think Enter the Dragonfly was recompiled. All you gotta do is go look in your trash bin and there's your recompiled.
Is that you, Spyro? Are you the young dragon I've been hearing so much about? We Puffy Smoke. We've known...
You've known?
I forget. Look, in all seriousness... In all seriousness, no. People have spent, months of their life, even years working on this. The game barely ran. Okay? The game barely ran. What's gonna happen is that people are going to get mad at the people that recompile Enter the Dragonfly, because in them recompiling it, they're going to fix more of the game recompiled. Objectively, Eternal Night is a better game. Objectively, it is. But you see, with Enter the Dragonfly, I can laugh about it. I can joke about it. I can rag on it. And me making fun of it and seeing the bugs makes it so much more fun to play. And Eternal Suffering is just... bleh. Enter the Dragonfly becomes a masterpiece after it's decompiled. They're like, all right, we fixed it. There were things in the code and the logics of the code that we knew that the developers did not intend. There's no way they intended that. It couldn't have been that. And then decompiling it, they fixed the game. The game just becomes actually playable. Unintentionally playable.
Dry Canyon rewards good gliders. You are a good glider, eh, Spyro?
Unintentionally playable. That would be so funny. It ran on hopes and dreams. The fact that they had a build running.
Incredible glide, Spyro. I thought I'd be stuck here forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head. Those birds might look tough, but they're pretty tasty. Flame broiled with a pinch of salt. Spyro 2 and 3 in the works too. According to the developer, yes, that Spyro 2 and 3 are in the works as well. The program is called Open Pete, of course, an ode to the original name of Spyro. When they were in the midst of developing.
Oh, how did I miss him? Remember, Enter the Dragon for the most fun. I was playing around in the water homeworld, and the physics were fun watching. Yeah, you know, all before sends of the cease and desist emails. Well, I don't think they can do a cease and desist because it's so. I am not a legal expert, but as long as someone provides their own ISO of the game, which they are not distributing the ISO, I don't think they can, because we've had the Jack and Daxter decompiles sitting there, and Sony hasn't said, you know, hasn't said squat. So I'm like, okay. Someone called Legal Eagle. As long as, which it's all free, they're not charging anybody money for the actual emulator. They're not charging people money for, or the emulator, sorry, I keep calling it that. This decompile, they're not charging money, it's free, right? So I'm not sure the actual legal ramifications behind it, but I'm pretty certain that that what's been done here is legal. I can see them. Yep, I don't distribute any copyright code or assets. There you go. So, there you go. Legally covered. Okay. That was a really cool shot like that. So, okay. I will be right back. I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. I wish there was a way we could still see Spyro, like, moving. That would be cool. If there was a way that could, like, you know, if he was still moving, because that'd be really cool. But, alright. I'll be right back. I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick, and I'll start right back. Alright. Hey! Ramil Lemlem donated £5 through Super Chat. Hey, I just found out about this recomp of our favorite Purple Dragon's Fist outing. Yes. It's free. It's usually okay. Hey, I see there, good Rich. Is it just me, or are you a huge Spyro fan? You could say that. You could definitely. You know, I would consider myself a big Spyro fan. There, Panda's barking. I definitely would. It's free, nothing illegal is being distributed. ISOs aren't being distributed. You have to provide your own. You're here when I joined. How are you doing? I'm doing great. How are you? Sorry, I had to run to the bathroom and also grab a drink. Grab myself a Coke Zero. Go this way. And back this way. It's been a warm day here in the UK. It's been warm here too. The other day I was out all day on Monday, and I at one point checked my heart rate, and it was so hot. I was outside all day. My heart rate was at 134 beats per minute. I was like, phew, I need to stop. I was like, I need to stop. So I took a break. I went to my car, turned on the AC, and sat in the AC for about an hour and drank a Powerade. I bet also, thank goodness, a nice big old cloud covered over the sun, and it cooled right down, and I was able to get back out there. But I was sitting there, I was like, man, I'm starting to see stars. Like when you blink and you're seeing stars, and you're kind of weaving without trying to weave. You're like, uh-oh, I think I need to stop. Because my resting heart rate is around 75, around 75 is my resting heart rate, and so I was going 134. I was just like, I think I need to stop myself before I die.
How's a dragon supposed to flame metal armor anyway?
Remember, Spyro, flame won't harm metal, but charging with your horns, that should do the trick.
Let's go drink water. Yeah, I had been drinking water. That's the thing. I had one of those Awalas bottles, and I had drank through 4 of those. I drank through 4 of them, and still, it was not enough. Like, it was hot. It was humid. It was, before humidity, it was 35 Celsius before humidity, and there was like a it was like a 65% humidity. Like, it was like, I felt like it was, I was like, listen, you don't need a drink, just breathe deeply and you just absorb the moisture from the air. That's how you stay hydrated. Just suck it, just breathe hard. It was humid. But yeah, no, I had drank through, I think those are like 750 milliliter bottles. I drank through 4 of them. And didn't matter. Did not matter. It's like, nope. Prepared. I was like, okay, I need to get out of the sun. And I wasn't wearing a hat like a dodo, but I was wearing sunscreen. So I didn't get burnt. But I had sores
Glide there and find out.
that are like, the best way to describe it are like tiny little pimples that were on my forehead, but there was barely anything or nothing to them. So they weren't pimples, though they looked like it. And I definitely should have worn a hat. That was the thing that I forgot, was I should have worn a hat, because I was baking. But I was drinking water, I had sunscreen, did not have a hat though. And I think that may have helped me. I also wore an undershirt that I typically use when I'm like working out, but it wasn't really it wasn't good for being outside. Well, I'm happy to have you here, Romulo Lumlum. I'm happy to have you here. Yeah, no, it was misery. So, like, heat spots, I don't know what you call them. Kind of heat spots, kind of. It's almost like it almost looked like hives, like heat hives, I guess.
You can get to almost anywhere from here. If I were you, I'd use that whirlwind there.
It was like as if I had hives, like I had a minor allergic reaction, but it wasn't an allergic reaction. Heat rash. That's probably yeah. I had heat rash on my. Yeah, I don't know why yeah. Sometimes I do believe Clifftown once in a while has the credits, or there's a few levels that has the credit music start playing. I want to see a recomp. Yes. Where can I download this PC port? So, you need to go find your own ISO for Spyro the Dragon. There are a few places that you can get it. Wink, wink. I'm not going to comment exactly where to look, but if you look at the layer of VIMM, you might be able to find something relatively within your fancy. Once you find that, there is a link in the description below that you can go and download. And once you download and extract that, all you do is you open up the program. It will ask you to drop in the bin/Q file that is the decomp of, or that is the game and the ISO. And then you can, it builds it, and then every time you click it, you now have this. I'm aware of this layer, yes. If you don't have a disk, you cannot run the game through the OpenPeach system. Yes, that is legally correct. If you do not own a disk, you cannot do this. But if you do own a disc, which you can rip a disc. You can rip your own disc. I have done it. I think my Spyro 3 is my own rip disc. So you can rip your own discs. Grip it, rip it. Grip and tear. I'm sorry. I have discs. I'm aware of this layer. Yes. Let it rip. Rip and tear. I was caught on Twitter. Oh no. Did someone find my copious obsession of something? Hang on. Thanks. It's like, thanks, I hate it. I don't know if you guys saw that. Yeah, there it is. Oh, brother. Oh, brother, this guy stinks! Sorry. Plus, that trend's basically dead now, right? Please tell me that meme is dead. Yeah, no, when I hopped into my car to like cool down, I had to be careful because I have the faux leather seats, and I sat down and I was like, ah! It felt like I sat into like a vat of pee. It was so, I was like, ah, I don't like this. So what I literally did is I literally like started the car, rolled down the windows, hopped out, went on my phone, looked a few things up, and then after like 2 minutes hopped in, because when I initially sat down I was like, nope, so much nope.
Word of caution, little one. Wait until you grow big, like me, before charging those large enemies.
That's what it felt like. A vat of pee. It just like warm, like it's super warm and hot and disgusting. Like, nope, don't like that. Nope, I hate that. Thank you, I hate it. That's how I felt. I was like, yeah, this is awful. It's like, let me just, I find that sometimes the frame rate gets a little funky when I shift around, but yeah, it was like goodness gravy. I was like, nope, don't like that. Nope, I hate it. I hate all of it. So I was like, okay, well, warming up my car in an alternative method, or cooling down my car, excuse me.
Spyro, some big Norks up ahead are wearing armor, and in the ice cave, armor can make their feet very slippery.
Bing. Yeah, I do have Pokemon Bank. I don't know where my 3DS is with Pokemon Bank on it. So I'm going to have to go see if there are some Mons on there that I have to save.
Thank you for releasing me.
Take care. Am I streaming tomorrow? Yes, I am streaming tomorrow. I am going to be streaming tomorrow. I won't be streaming on Saturday because I will be at a little train museum with Jonathan. Yeah, people dying to heat is not it's not a joke no more. People have legitimately died from heat, like exhaustion, heat stroke, heat, just literally being baked alive. It's not good. There you go. Yeah, you found the layer of memories. Miv's lair. Bye. Heat stroke is scary. It is. It's not. Have I played? I haven't played Grounded. I do. I have a broad taste in games, so I've always had like a modicum of interest in Grounded. I know it's a multiplayer game. Right now, the game that I've been playing a lot of in my free time has been Pal World. I've been playing a lot of Pal World. It's been a lot of fun. I just beat the final boss of Pal World, the absolute final boss, like credit roll final boss. So that was fun. But of course, there's still stuff to do, things to find, things to explore, things to unlock, pals to catch. So I'm not done with Pal World yet, but I'm coming up to finishing it. And again, it's taken up all my free gaming time has been Pal World right now.
You've done well, Spyro. Some dragons thought you weren't ready. but
Any news
I
on the
knew
level
they were
creation tools for this
I'm
port,
ready,
like mod
alright.
tools,
Ready for what?
but specifically for creating levels? So that's, to my knowledge, Spaghetti Spyro, if I am correct. And I am not as knowledgeable on that as I would like. Having said that, I know someone who is, Crystal Fissure. I believe Crystal Fissure himself is creating a custom Spyro level. So,
Thank you for releasing me.
well, hang on a second. After I finish this level, I'm going to show you guys something real cool too. So hang on. Hey, Star, how's it going? I was about to say I'm missing one. Got it this time though. All right, so I was sent over a version that included a few mods. So let me show y'all. I'm going to save our game. So, we're going to go over to Grim Garden. Now, what's cool is that you can bounce to certain places, right? This is the level developed by Cyrides. This is a custom Spyro level. This is brand new, and it's been featured. Crystal Fisher has featured it over on his channel, but now we are seeing it. This is new music, which I assume Cyrides probably built, and it is a original. I haven't played this yet. This is actually my first time playing this. Oh. Well, looks like dragons aren't working at the moment, but that's okay. I mean, it's a completely custom Spyro level. So now, this is a custom map, yes. Custom maps are going to be a thing. And so this is going to be playable now. GG. Oh no. Well, I'm just gonna, let myself die there. Let's try it again. So I already went that way. No, I already went this way. Now we'll grab the knife. Why not? It's been a hot minute. It's my first time playing on this level, so. Ooh, you know what? Let's get this dragon here. Get that. There we go. That's our save point. Back this way and go spoosh. Am I interested in Dusk Fade? That, yes, that is going to be my planned stream for tomorrow. My planned stream tomorrow is going to be Dusk Fade. As long as everything works out, that is going to be the planned stream for tomorrow, is Dusk Fade. There we go. We've got key effects. we go. Okay, so hold on. So we went that way. That way. Gotta go this way. There we go. Go. Orc frog. Ronald Zakawa Coyote donated $10 to Super Chat. Hey, did you hear about there's a new official merchandise? Apparently, we are getting an official physical and digital audio cassette of the Sly Cooper 1 and Devious Raccoonus soundtrack. That's interesting. First of all, thank you so much for the $10 Super Chat. As always, thank you for the support. I do think that, you know, stuff like this could lean into something. We'll have to wait and see. Again, I made a rule for the channel that I wouldn't be discussing about there being a new Sly Cooper being in development until I got like definitive evidence due to of stuff happening in the past. But overall, I am really glad for it, and I hope that there is more to come. Okay, I think that might be it. We'll return home. Okay, so now we're gonna warp back to so that we don't blow the game up. We're gonna warp back to where we were peacekeepers, I believe. Yeah, we were peacekeepers. Oh yeah, also there is another cliff town. We're gonna warp to that one next. This one is called Clifftown 1.0. So this one I have even less knowledge about. But yeah, this one's called Clifftown 1.0. Interesting so far. Is this a... I'm trying to think, is this a level remix? Where are you running to? Where are you going? They use an unused level ID, now sees well. Gotcha. Yeah, so this is different. Oh, now we have vultures. That's cool. I like that. I like the vulture sitting on like where the bridge is. Yeah, it's Clifftown. It's called Clifftown version 1.5. Yeah, so it looks like Clifftown, but just tweaked and adjusted. You know, I'll be honest with you, I'm really excited with the concept of people making like randomized levels, like using this mod to be able to create some really cool things. How are we supposed to get that 25 gem? Like, that looks just straight up cruel. Unless it's like you glide over top of it and then... Are we unlocked over here? No, we're not. Okay. I was hoping Sparks would have nabbed it as I did it. I was hoping that Sparks would have just went nyonk. Oh! Hang on. Okay, well, I got it. I'm gonna die, but I got it. Worf. So, I am going to have to, I know that I'm talking early about this. I know I'm talking early about this, so understand that I am aware with what I am saying and it being early in saying this, but I'm still going to say it now. I got to figure out how I'm going to set up spoilers and opening the embargo for Realm Beyond. Because depending on how the embargo goes, which if it goes as typical, they're going to let me be able to at least stream the game at least a day or two before it goes live.
How's a dragon supposed to flame metal armor anyway?
Remember, Spyro, flame won't harm metal, but charging with your horns, that should do the trick.
So, my question is that I must interrupt the stream for an important question. All right, my love, my wife, what is the very important question that you must interrupt the stream for? I swear, if it's like potato or potato, I'm gonna be like, really? Why couldn't the pasta get into his apartment? Why couldn't the pasta get into his apartment? Why? No key? No key. Oh. No key. No key. No key. Oh. 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 Why? Why do you... Why must you pay me so? Oh, Noki. Oh, it hurts. Would it be he had no key? What did I walk into? What did you walk into? Why was the pasta locked out of his apartment? He had no key. It's amazing. I have gifted you a gift. Gee, thanks. Oh. You know, I test some stair lifts and find assisted living places. They drive me up a wall. Quite literally. So, what was it I was saying? What was I saying? Okay. So, when it comes to figuring out how because obviously I'm going to be posting content about Around Beyond. Obviously, right? I'm probably going to be posting guides, but I also don't want people to be like, oh, I'm going to go unsub now. Because it's like, oh, well, you know, we're trying to hit 100K and we're trying to get there. And, you know, I would be heartbroken if people were like, yeah, I'm unsubbing. The other thing is, though, come on, Sparks, come on. I need that 5 gem. Let me help. So, I don't want to post spoilers. Hey Mario fan, how's it going? How am I supposed to get the cover game even can't? Yeah. That's where I'm like, okay, how can I get this right? I want to make sure I do this right. I don't want people yelling and screaming at me. At the same token of time, I also want to be able to openly and clearly cover this game. Okay, I think I got it. So, here's my plan. I am going to have to, and I'm saying this, and I'm saying this to my moderators as well. I've said this before to my moderators, but I'm saying it live. You know, we're going to have to figure something out in terms of moderators and the spoilage of Around Beyond. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make spoiler-free thumbnails, and I'll post stuff, but I'll have stuff blurred out. And then after maybe like a day or two after the game is out, I will like release a second version. Dang it. So that people that want to see it, they can, but then people who are like, oh, I don't want to see it, well, that's, you know, that's fine too. I'm trying to figure this out. So we got that. Dang it. So I think what we're going to do is the thumbnails are going to be the, and of course titles, right? Because if it's like, because I still want the thumbnails to be enticing, right? But I think that we're going to have to go with a, you know, code names, and then after like and be like, okay, a week later when the game's been out, or a few days later, while the game's been out, it's like, okay, we can talk about it now. And like rejig everything. So I'll make the original core thumbnail and then censor it. Try going left, maybe. Hey, Ethan Ball, how's it going? Come on. Okay, I think I need to go out a little bit more and then pull in. Nope, that's not working. These gems are being finicky. Wonder if there's an easier way to get them, and I'm just being stupid. The fiber is right there. I got the 10. It's just right there. Who is messaging? Why is my phone going V? Well, I tried. Yeah, it was a good idea. I don't think it's gonna work though, unfortunately. Just need to get that 5 gem. It's always 5 gems. It's always the 5 gems. Got it. Yeah, this is a custom level that has been made. Clearly, this is not the end of the level. Wait, what on earth? How am I supposed to get over there? Not there anymore. Is there an end to this level? What is this, Crash Bandicoot 4? There's no vortex. Okay, so once it's done, then it's done. Like once. So there's no exit. Okay. All right. So then we'll click here, and we will go to. We'll head back to where's Peacekeepers? There we go. And jump. Returning home. But rewinding all the way back to about the Sly Cooper aspect, I want Sly Cooper to come back really badly. I do. And I'll be frank, if Sly Cooper comes back, I'll be covering it on my channel 100%. And I will be as happy as a lark because I really do enjoy Sly Cooper. And not only that, the channel seems to do really well with Sly Cooper. So it's not just that so it's not just the fact that I love Sly Cooper, because there are many things that I love that I don't talk about on this channel because it doesn't jive with the viewers, and that's fine. That's okay, right? That, you know, it is what it is. But viewers of the channel love Sly Cooper. I love Sly Cooper, and so it's like, there we go, glove in hand, perfect. I want Sly Cooper to come back. I really do. But when it comes for searching for evidence for it, I have been burned way too many times. Now, I understand that there is currently the rumor of, why is this music really loud? It seems like the music is really loud. Maybe it's just my end. But the music seems really loud. Okay, so it's not only me. Okay. Jeez Louise. I didn't turn it up. That was like in my in my headphones. It was super loud. Thank you on Twitter. Oh boy. What other nefarious meme have I been included? Oh, come on. Kill me. Please kill me. Anyway, I hope you guys saw that. Oh, is it suddenly loud? Okay, I don't understand why people keep asking if this is vibe coded. Please. So, I need to ask, genuinely, why people think this is vibe coded. What makes this vibe coded? Because I'm just going to say this, okay? If you could achieve this through pure vibe coding, okay, there should also be an award given, because if you've seen how vibe coding works outside of like a basic calculator or a basic, very basic HTML, it falls apart. Like, paper to water, right? You can't make an entire decomp via pure vibe coding. I'm sorry. And there's a lot of people that have been asking about it, and I don't know why. I don't know why it's been a question that's been asked. There is a GitHub, an entire GitHub of the entire repository with all the contributors. So when people say, is this vibe coded? I don't understand. What is vibe coding? Vibe coding is when you go into Claude or Gemini or whatever program and you're like, hey, I want to create XYZ, help me make it. And then it spits out code. You copy and paste it. You test it. It doesn't work. You say, it doesn't work. Can we fix it? And you're just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There, bang, 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 until finally you have the AI spit out a code that runs and works in the way that you want it to. And from my experience with it, you could basically only get basic things going. Like if you're trying to do like math equations, if you're trying to do anything that's relatively simple that you could set up for in HDMI or HTML, right? Basically a basic website, right? So if you wanted to do something that was like I need to punch in the location of, someone needs to do the math of breeding in Pal World, and I need to know what these two pals do, and then you're able to create an app that basically tells you bing, bang, 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 right? No, but I'm genuinely asking, and I'm not targeting specifically at Shama Boy because I don't want to feel like I'm targeting them specifically, but I am pointing at large because there's people on Twitter screaming about it. I'm like, where and why are we screaming this is vibe coded when nobody said a word about this for Open Goal, which was for Jack and Daxter? So why all of a sudden are we yelling and screaming, is this vibe coded? Right? Like I don't understand, because if this was made by vibe coded, why haven't we seen more decomps of other stuff? I was sent an email that explained that this is a software engineer of 13 years of professional experience. They said that they've been coding for years. It's a hybrid decomp and recomp. It uses the decomp code and delegates to recomp for functions not yet decomped, right? You can literally go to the website, Open Pete. If you go to the website, right, you can literally see what it's built on. It's built on Spyro 1. So if you click this, it's a GitHub, the Spyro the Dragon decompilation project. You can see the contributors. Right here. There we go. We got Ultra 50. Okay. We have Tice Corp, which is the person that released Open Pete, right? Kyle Dement. Like there's 9 people contributing to this repository. 9 different people all working together, building all these different things. So I don't understand people sitting here and yelling, oh, this is vibe coded, when I'm looking at 9 different contributors, according to this. Then there's another GitHub, which has 19 contributors here, which is the PSX recomp. And then yet another one, which has 2 contributors, all put together. And these are the things that it's built on. Special thanks to Ultra50 for his continued work on reverse engineering and decompilation of Spyro 1. So I ask again, why is it that everyone keeps saying and asking and pushing, is this vibe coded? When there is evidence of there being multiple contributors on this. I don't understand why people are suddenly yelling and screaming about this when the credits to what is being made is placed right here by 9 different people contributing to it. And that's just the Spyro the Dragon decompilation project. I don't understand why everyone is yelling and screaming about it. And yet I'm sitting here and I specifically asked and I'm not getting an answer. I haven't gotten an answer yet. I've asked. I'm like, okay, why does everyone keep asking about it? What about this screams AI? Why do you think it is? I don't, because not one person asked about the Jack Daxter being AI or a air quote vibe coded. Which, no, you can't make this through pure vibe coding. I'm sorry, you can't. Same thing, but I don't know why. I don't know why people are complaining. I don't understand it. It's not using Gen AI to do the frames in between. It's not doing. I don't get it. It's not like, oh yeah, there's AI generating XYZ every... No, that's not... No, it's a decomp. Nobody asked that about Banjo-Kazooie. No one asked that about Open Goal. No one asked that. All of a sudden, this beautiful decomp comes out and recomp, and people are yelling and screaming about it. But... like... I don't understand.
This guy thinks he's so cool. You don't know what it's been like listening to him over and over. But I'll tell you one thing. He should watch his back.
Like, let me ask you something. I'm gonna ask a question. Would you consider AI if you set up a code, you try to run it, it doesn't work, you click the checker, and the checker points to you, this is why it doesn't work. And here's why. Would you call that AI? Because if you do, that's been around since before LLMs. That's been around before LLMs. Like, that is way before that. If you consider that to be AI, where it points out, like, hey, there's a problem with the code. And here's where, and here's why, and here's where you're getting hangups, and here's where you're... So if... It's called a debugger and breakpoints. Correct. That's been around for a long time. And the thing is that tools like that have been used now on nearly every single video game. All right? Nobody is typing in, oh, make a decomp of Spyro for me, and then it just spits this out. Trust me, if it were that powerful, if this was purely made by vibe coding, we would be done. Pack it up. We're done. Like, AI is not even close. From a programmer who developed VG music. Exactly. It's no. If an AI could do this, if it had the power to be able to recreate this, we're cooked. We are so cooked. Like, and I'm saying we're not cooked now, we're cooked tomorrow. If a basic consumer LLM could do that, okay, there would be already nukes being launched a week ago. Like, we're not there yet. We're not even close to there yet. My last 5 months would have been so much easier if I could just say, make Spyro 1 PC port, make no mistakes. Done. It's like, well, it's fairly... No. It is not. For this? No, it's not. We might be a decade out from it doing this. Because you don't realize how complicated that they would be. Easiest game creator ever. Yeah, absolutely. You would be having Code Veronica remakes released yesterday with, like, you know, all the HD textures and stuff, because the way to be able to do a decompile and for it to rebuild off of a PS1 game, goodness gravy. But that's just my opinion. I am not a fan of people yelling and screaming and chasing things down and thinking, oh, it was vibe coded. When you can see the contributors, you can see the people that have put their work into this. And it sucks to see somebody, because I would hate it. This is where I'm passionate about this a little bit. Let me tell you about something that is a little bit off topic, and mind my rant here for a moment, okay? I am terrified because there is let me tell you something. I am right now in the midst of genuinely trying to get a book that I'm writing published. I am currently sitting at 85,000 words, and I am trying to aim for around 120,000. I am coming to Act 3 in the finale of my book. And I'm excited about it. And I am terrified. You want to know why? There was a book. I want you to look it up. It's a manuscript that's currently, I think the book is called, I got the gist of it. Call me if you, there's a murder, call me, or, if you, or something along the lines, the title of the book is something along the lines of, if you did a murder, call me, or call me, if you do a murder, something like that. That's what the book is called. It's a manuscript, and it was developed by somebody who made a book. It's a thriller, and this is what they did. They were doing research because it has to do with murder, and it has to do with covering up a murder. That's what the book is about. And they made a local AI system on their computer to look up things that are kind of sketchy, like what chemicals do you use to melt down a body? And because they are making a book about murder. So, okay, fine. And that's all it was used for. So, it gets sent to a literary agent. The literary agent says it's phenomenal. They read the manuscript. They read the stuff. It's phenomenal. And they said, did you use AI? He says, I only use AI for research purposes, and that's it. So then it got sent to a publisher. He got a 2-book deal and got a $2 million advance as a first-time author. That is hitting the legitimate author lottery. If you get $10,000 and a firm handshake for your first book, you did good. Okay? This guy got $2 million, and they were in talks of also turning it into a movie after it was published. So already this piece of art is about to take off. It's the next big thing. And guess what happened? Someone read it and said, I think it looks like it's AI. So you know what they did? They, without his permission, put the story through an AI detection. Do you know how they use an AI detection? They do it by using AI. So you are using AI for an AI detector. It's kind of funny if you think about it. Thank you so much, son. Thank you so much for the $5, son. I'm in the middle of a rant. Let me finish this rant. I haven't tuned in a while, but wanted to say thank you for keeping the Spyro community strong. You're part of why we're getting a realm beyond. Love you. Thank you so much. If I played a small part, I would be very grateful of that. Thank you so much. Back to my rant. They put it through an AI detection program, and the AI detection program was a little bit like, it may be AI, it may not be AI. But the AI detection program think, yeah, there was AI that we used in this, and they rescinded his offer. And he sat there and he said, no, I didn't use AI. I didn't. So people started to test it. They used the same AI programs. One of them is Pangram. Okay. They put in works of Agatha Christie in there, and it popped up. This is AI. Agatha Christie. They put in Brandon Sanderson, AI. Stephen King, AI. Books that came out from the 80s and 90s, this AI detection thing is flagging as AI. So then, this book that comes out, this manuscript, they're saying it's flagged as AI, and they rescinded the guy's offer. He's no longer getting a manuscript, and the guy is losing his mind. And I agree with him, because that is awful. That is terrible. But not just that, they just fed his manuscript through an AI without his permission. So you've just fed the machine that you are claiming that you're trying to prevent and fight. You just put his whole manuscript through the AI that is inevitably going to be used for training without his permission. So now he's angry, which he should be. He wrote the book himself, according to him. And now his whole manuscript was put through a scanning program that has been known to give false positives. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'm writing a book. What if I use a program like Scriniver, Google Docs, any of that stuff? I can have an AI built in on Google Docs. I could sit there and say, hey, and I did this as a help. I have my Google Docs. And I said, we changed one of the main characters' names. Just find and replace all this character's name with this name. Done. That was it. That's all I did. Is that using AI? If I just said, find and replace this, is that AI? What if I have Grammarly. I have grammar, and there's grammar tools out there that just make suggestions of like, hey, this doesn't seem right, and it highlights it. This sounds off. This has a sentence break. So if I follow that and do and adjust and switch and follow most of the detection tools that are saying, hey, we're here to help with your grammar. Even if I go through and manually punch it in myself, is that going to flag for AI? If it says, here's a list of suggestions, and I say approve, 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 is that AI? Is it saying, hey, just want to let you know, you referred this in the past tense when you're actually in present tense. You should change that. And I fixed that. Is that going to get you flagged? So I'm imagining working all this time and effort into something like a book that I'm trying to write. And then all of a sudden it blows up in my face because there's an AI witch hunt going on. Because for some reason, my book triggers some sort of reaction, even though I wrote it. I wrote the prose. I developed it myself, everything from end to end. And then I use a grammar tool to, it lets me know, hey, this is in the past tense, adjust that. Okay, adjust that. And comma splicing here. Or, hey, you're shifting point of view here. You might want to fix that. Okay, there are tools that are not using AI, or they might be using AI in the back end and I don't know about it. And if that flags, there goes a dream of publishing a book. So now I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about the witch hunting that's going on, because it started with the art. There are people that are like, oh yeah, here's my art. And they're like, no, it's not. This is AI. And they have it's the red circles around random things.
Welcome to Magic Crafters. I want you to release the dragons, reclaim our treasure, and recover the eggs from those pesky blue thieves.
I'm not sitting here saying like if someone creates a pure AI book, yes, that should no. If you type in, write me a story about this and it spits it out. No. This room required specific fixes, by the way. I can imagine. I am just baffled. Yeah, trick still works. Vibe code that. So I can only imagine all the people that worked on this, only for people to sit there and scream, oh, it's AI slop, it's AI. And like somebody worked their butt off. As a software developer, I can definitely say that there's some stuff that automation can't do, such as restoring MIDI time signatures accurately from GBA sequences. No, these things require highly tuned, detailed things for it to work. So I understand. I get it. We don't want to use Gen AI. I totally am with that. I'm not against that. I get it. When someone just types in a prompt and gets a piece of art and then posts it claiming it's theirs. No, of course not. And I am against that. But also, we can't be sitting here and just be witch hunting people. Especially when we don't know what we're talking, especially from people who don't know what they're talking about. So, like, there's gotta be and I understand that also AI is getting worse and worse and worse and worse. I totally get that. But there's also gotta be an aspect of trust to where people are not just screaming AI slop about everything.
To begin a supercharge.
Supercharge? Excellent.
Excellent.
Go ahead, try it.
I don't get it. No, I do get it, but I can only imagine. Imagine you worked on something, you poured your heart out for 6 months on a project, only for people to turn around and say, is this AI? And then everyone starts yelling about it being vibe coded. What? I'm actually really happy that, like, for example, my parents have gotten really good. They've gotten better at detecting if it's AI or not, right? They're able to detect, they're able, like, is this, like...
This portal leads to a special place where you can learn
Oh,
to fly.
my neck!
I remember when I was a young dragon,
Earning my wings.
Learn to fly.
Got
Got it.
Well, it's not AI, Nichelle, because you drew it. I can tell this game is AI because of pixels, and I've seen quite a few pixels in my time. While I do agree that AI there should be some sort of regulation for AI, unfortunately, when it comes to that, what's going to happen is that regulation means, only people within a friend group of certain politicians are allowed to use it, right? You know what I mean? That's where it's like, who's going to enforce it? That would be the problem, is who would enforce it? And there's no way that it can be enforced in a clean way. So, all right, I'll be back in a second. I gotta go to the bathroom again. I'll be right back. Just for fun, we'll do this. Is it AI or is it cake? There we go. We'll go with that. I'll be back. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. Alright. All right. Let's do it. We're back. I'm happy that I'm able to get this far, but boy howdy, I am, for some reason, at 6 o'clock, I like hit a wall of exhaustion. So I had a G Fuel before the stream started just to keep me going, and I'm just holding on. So I got enough for 1 or 2 more levels in me before I feel like the need to crash. What am I going to do before the summer is over? I actually did quite a bit so far for the summer. Went to Canada's Wonderland. So what does the Spyro 3 mod do? Mood after drink tea. Yeah, I like, man.
Spyro, you're not afraid of those big, noisy, gigantic, awful beasts, are you?
Of course not.
I didn't think so.
Gems/chess. Well, let's see. Let's enable it. Okay. Tea normally helps with the sleep. Well, it depends on the type of tea. There's the nice, there's the nice comforting tea, and then there's the caffeinated, heavy caffeine tea. Okay, that's cool. So we have a mod added that now love me some masala chai. Yeah, my wife drinks masala chai. Oh shoot. I'm just a very basic. I like orange pico. I'm very basic. I like an orange pico tea. Orange pico with milk, not cream. I still remember when the lady in New York yelled at me saying, "We don't do that here," when I asked for cream, or when I asked for milk instead of cream. It's like, we don't do that here. I was like, oh, okay, I guess. Yeah. Oh, we're good. Ow. I always screwed that up. You laugh at me? Nah! Down to the abyss I go. Ho, 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 to the abyss I go. There we go. Whew. Eldred.
Oh, thank you for releasing me.
See, I like drinks that are violent on my palate. I like a good, but like they're smooth. Smooth, but violent on the palate. So, coffee, of course. I love coffee. But they say, ow? I thought they were groaning in pain, not talking. No, you hit them, they're like, wow, wow, wow. And then you hit them, they go, ow. You get, ow! Nope. Camera's going a little wonky. Hold on a second. There we go. It's ow with extra yeah. Yeah, they say ow. Hold on, if there's another... Yeah, listen. Listen to this guy when we hit him. He's right now doing the... oh. And then you're going to hit him, he's going to go ow. You, wow, wow, ow. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I got a little bit of a rant. I got a little bit of a rant that I got to say about America. Okay? I got a little... just a, oh, we got the baskets! We got the baskets. And, oh, we got the baskets. All right, hang on. I got a little rant to go on for America. Now, hang on a second. Yeah, a small one. In wide and HD measures? Yes, it's ultra wide actually. It's an ultra wide, which is even cooler. Here, hang on a second. What do we do now? Okay, I got a rant about America. America! So, I assure you, we can't take it anymore. Okay, genuinely. So, I'm traveling back home from Ohio, and we're in Pennsylvania. We stop in Pittsburgh. We stop for breakfast. We go to a diner, just a regular diner, just a regular old diner. Okay, we sit down, and they say, "What would you like to drink?" And I said, "Just a coffee, thank you." And my wife says, "Coffee, thank you." The woman writes it down and goes in the back. Now, I'm looking around and I notice something. No one's drinking coffee. Nobody. No one's drinking coffee. I'm seeing iced tea. I'm seeing water. I'm seeing milk. I'm seeing juice. But I'm not seeing coffee. I see tea, actually. I don't see anyone, but okay, whatever. So, come over. She pours us coffee. I look, and there's coffee whitener in there. I was like, okay, not my favorite, but I can deal with that. That's no problem. I do my normal thing. I put some sugar, put some just regular stuff. I take a sip, and this is like black tar coffee. I'm like, this is awful. And I'm trying to make it better. I'm adding more sugar and more coffee whitener just to make it palatable. And no, my wife takes a sip of hers and almost spews it. And we're like, what on earth is going on? But the rest of the breakfast was delicious. We're like, the breakfast is delicious. But the coffee tastes like it was brewed from the excrement of a bat. So I'm just like, why? So then my wife calls her sister, who is typically in the States, who lives in the States. And she goes, yeah, we just had this coffee. It was awful. And she goes, oh, you got coffee from a diner? My wife's like, yeah. She's like, oh, you don't do that. My wife's like, what do you mean you don't do that? She says, no, you don't do that in the States. You don't buy coffee from a diner in the States. And we're like, what do you mean you don't buy coffee? What do you mean you don't drink? What do you mean? She's like, no, you don't do that. It's like black tar. You don't ever do that. You should. Why are you doing that? And I'm like, in Canada, we have good coffee at our diners. We have the just regular, good, decent coffee at our diners. But apparently, it's like a rule that you don't get coffee at an American diner because it tastes like excrement. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? It's diner coffee. Diner coffee is supposed to be average. It's supposed to be just like, yeah, palatable, good, gets you started, okay? And they're like, no, at the diner it tastes like black tar. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, no wonder there are people that are like, I hate coffee. I'm like, yeah, if my coffee tasted like that, I'd hate coffee too. That's not what coffee tastes like. It shouldn't taste like black tar garbage. What on earth are you guys serving at the American diners for your coffee? What on earth? What are you doing? Why does it taste like black tar? Of course, yes, there are people. Like, it's just diner coffee. Like, what are they using? And people just drink it. They're like, yeah, this is coffee. I'm like, no, that's not coffee. That's motor oil. Okay, I saw a diesel engine in the back there being used as a brewer. Okay, that's not coffee. I'm sorry, that's not coffee. That's awful. Like, and then I go to Dunkin' Donuts and I'm like, can I get a coffee with 2 sugar and 2 milk? And they're like, no, you don't order the black coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean you don't drink the black coffee at Dunkin' Donuts? That's the whole point. That should be the core thing. And people are like, no, you don't get coffee there. Black regular coffee. I'm like, no, what do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, you should. In Canada, when you order a coffee, just a black coffee, you get a good cup of coffee. And they even stated there was Wendy's. Wendy's made a thing because they brought breakfast to the Wendy's in Canada, and they said that they had to completely change their brew options and had to completely change their roastery because the Canadian palate is completely different from the American stuff. So I do not understand what on earth is going on in the States when it comes to your coffee. I don't get it. Why does it taste like that? Why does it taste? It's like a lot of your black coffee tastes like pure chicory. Like someone took just burnt chicory and brewed it into coffee. And I'm like, why? Why does it taste like that? I don't understand. Are they using stale coffee grounds for serving coffee? Apparently. Never get coffee from a diner or donut shop. They taste like tar. Never get it from a coffee shop. They charge an arm and a leg for sugary milk. I just, like, what? Because I've had local coffee. We have local coffee shops. We have these things. They're good. They're good around here. Like, you could go to Tim Hortons, pay $1.95 to get a good cup of coffee. Okay. Well, mostly good. The Tim Hortons coffee recently has bounces between like a 4 out of 10 to like, sometimes a 10 out of 10. It's gotten better recently, but it has, but even a bad cup of Tim Hortons coffee pales in comparison to the tar that's served at American diners. I don't know why. Why? Here, I'll keep playing, but why? Like, when I'm in the States, I go to Starbucks and that's the only coffee I can drink. Like, okay, yeah, I can drink this. This is fine.
Remember that these blue thieves haven't
So I don't
stolen
regularly
eggs
go to
only in the
Starbucks in
Manchester
Canada.
world. Don't
I
worry,
might,
I'll
in
take care of
Canada,
them.
I might get Starbucks maybe once or twice a year in Canada. But when I'm in the States, I'm like, this is like the only coffee that's half decent is Starbucks. Platinum Lucario, next time that you're in the States and you go to a diner, order it and then report back, because my goodness, I don't understand why it's like, oh yeah, you don't order American diner coffee. You order Canadian diner coffee, perfectly fine. Like, that's a normal thing. You go to a Canadian diner, everybody has coffee. Okay? It's either coffee or tea. That's it. Like, it's expected for you to order coffee. The one diner that we go to, quite literally, they walk over to your table with mugs in their hands and a pot of coffee saying, what can I get you started with? And starts pouring you a cup of coffee. In Canada, that's just normal. That's just normal. So why? And I'm not talking like a fancy diner either. I am talking your local run-of-the-mill $9 breakfast special, brown carpets and light fixtures that haven't been updated since 1995. Okay, I'm talking the waitress in her mid-50s who's sassy. I'm talking the guy in the back that no one talks about that's cooking the meals that's quiet. I'm talking your regular greasy spoon, your regular normal diner. You get coffee and it is supposed to be palatable. It's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be fine. It's supposed to be, yeah, this gets the job done. This is good. This is fine. I'm enjoying myself. Let me tell you a story about gas station coffee. So my dad owned this car. I can't remember the model. I can't remember what it was. And he was traveling to the States. Okay. They didn't have a lot of money. So this steering wheel that my dad had, he put every chemical that he had to try to clean the steering wheel. He tried everything. He tried cleaner. He tried everything that he could have access to. He could not get it to clean. And he was like, all right, whatever. So he's driving and they get gas. Everyone is sleeping. Everything is closed. He wants to keep driving. He's tired. He goes into 7-Eleven to pay for gas and he sees they're selling coffee. He gets a cup of coffee. Okay. He gets in the car. He starts driving and he goes to take a sip and he pulls away because this thing is like nuclear hot and he didn't realize it. He didn't realize how hot it was. And it actually spilt on the steering wheel. He's like, oh gosh. He grabs a napkin and he goes to wipe and it cleans the steering wheel. the stain that was there, he wiped it off. So he started dabbing his cloth into the coffee, and he cleaned the whole steering wheel off that no other chemical that he had could clean. He's like, I'm not going to drink this. I'm not going to drink this. He's like, I'm not. He cleaned his entire steering wheel that no chemicals could fix with 7-Eleven coffee because now this would have been back in the 80s. And he's like, I'm not drinking that. He's like, no, I'm not. He cleaned his whole steering wheel he cleaned his whole steering wheel with 7-Eleven coffee. And it was just like, oh no. what? My dad is sitting there. He's like,
Please do something about these green druids. They insist on moving everything in
acid
sight.
coffee. like what on earth what are we drinking? Oh, shoot. WD-40 coffee. I just... like, that's just insanity, man. Yeah, I just... And then my one buddy's like, yeah, I just brew my coffee at home. I don't buy it when I go out. So he goes to Tim Hortons. Sorry, he's not my buddy. He's my brother-in-law. So my brother-in-law, he's like, yeah, I just, he's like, he's like, I don't really go out. It's kind of expensive and I don't. So he comes visits Canada. He has a Tim Hortons coffee. And he comes in and he takes a sip. He's like, this stuff's great. And I was like, what? What stuff? He's like, Tim Hortons. I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like, he's like, I have ordered coffee from there every day since I've been on this trip, and it's been great. He's like, in comparison to what we serve, what we get, and then it took to his last day that he was there. He's like, oh, I got a cup that wasn't that great. He says it was still drinkable, but it wasn't that great. I was just like, yeah, it took. I don't know, just like. Why? What is with... So I never understood why Starbucks was so popular. I never understood it because I order a Starbucks and I taste it. And it tasted good, but I'm like, I'm not spending $5 on this when $5-6, which is now it's more expensive than that. But back in the day, it was like $5-6 for a cup of coffee. Meanwhile, Tim Hortons was selling an extra large coffee for like $2, right? But you could get just a regular sized coffee for $1.65. Now it's $1.95. But you could get a regular coffee, a good cup of coffee for $1.95. And, Starbucks is like $6-7. So I never understood. I was like, how does Starbucks have such a big business model? Then I tried American coffee. I was like, oh, now I get it. Now I understand it. Because all the other coffee places that serve actual genuine coffee sucks. So if you are American and you've tried diner coffee, and you're like, yeah, I don't like coffee, but you've never tried coffee from other places, I would implore you to at least try coffee from at least Canada.
Try combining supercharge with jumping and gliding, and really explore the high cave.
Because my wife also didn't drink coffee very often before she came here. She would drink coffee. She didn't drink coffee before she came here from Canada. She came to Canada, she tried it, and she's like, wow, I actually don't mind this. And now she regularly orders coffee from Tim Hortons, like regularly, when before she wasn't a coffee drinker. I don't grasp it. I don't understand why it tastes like that. Again, Wendy's had to say that they had to change their brew for the Canadians, because the Canadians have a completely different palate for coffee.
Until then, remember
And I'm like,
supercharge
what, good?
makes you invincible.
Like, different palate? What do you mean different palate? It's what you're drinking is not coffee. It's literally toxic waste. If that's your regular coffee, if that's what your regular coffee tastes like, boy, howdy, you're not drinking coffee. I don't know what it is. So, all right. We got 15 minutes left, so now we get to Q&R, even though I'm already kind of ranting. So if you guys got any questions that you want to get in before we wrap up, let me know, and I will try my best to answer. I never even knew Wendy's had coffee. Yeah, there's a breakfast at Wendy's. It's in Canada now, too. And their coffee's not bad. Their coffee's not bad. What are you hoping for future Spyro A Realm Beyond videos? I want gameplay, because with gameplay you can sit down and you can analyze it and watch it and then find things and catch things, and you can be like, oh, I like this, and ooh, I hope they change that. So I just give me 30 seconds of gameplay. Just give me 30 seconds of gameplay, and I would be really, really like just some gameplay for me to be able to analyze it and to be able to break it down, right? Will you be getting the Steam frame when it launches? The Steam frame? What is a Steam frame? Oh, you know what? I would love to be able to get some of these consoles, some of this VR stuff. Is a streaming first wireless VR headset. That would be pretty cool. I can't afford it. I can't afford it. As much as I would love it, I can't afford it right now. As I said, as much as I would love to be able to do it, I can't afford it. Right now we're trying to right now we are trying to trying to get ready for all the stuff that is coming up. And yeah, so thanks for playing my PC port. No problem. I'm probably also going to make a video about it too, to kind of let everyone know about, because I think it's really, really, really exciting. I think it's a lot of fun. So thank you so much. You did a phenomenal job. All right. Any other questions? When's the next Realm Beyond video coming out? So, all right, hold on. Let me do. Hey, CG, do you ever do fan meets? I'd love to buy you a beer someday. Can it be a Coke? Because I don't drink, but I would sit down and have a Coke. I don't drink, but that's okay. I would take a can of Coke and I would enjoy it just the same. Coke Zero specifically. So I don't do fan meets yet because I don't think that there is I don't think I am big enough for that. So I feel like if I sit there and say, hey, a fan meet, and then no one shows up, then, people are going to be, I would get mad at myself. And even though it would be silly, would I host a fan meet if there were enough people? Yes, I would love to. It would literally just be hey, let's go somewhere and hang out, and just literally hang out in an area, go to an arcade or something, or like a Dave and Buster's, or an area, and sit down and have a chat, do a fan meetup. Absolutely, I would absolutely adore having a fan meetup. That would be awesome. That would be great. I don't think I'm at the size yet. I don't think, or the interest. But I hope that I'll be able to get there. But I do actually appreciate that. It is a very big compliment. So I do appreciate that. Thank you. When is your next Realm Beyond video coming out? So right now I am a little bit of a loss on a Realm Beyond because, hey, make sure I don't mess this up. Trayvon Lewis donated $10 through Super Chat. Glad to have joined another stream. Here's a donation to close it off. Been missing the Yap sessions because of work on Saturdays. Now I gotta take off. Good night, CG. Good night, everybody. Good night. Thank you so much for the $10 and all the amazing love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. So right now, I don't. You messed up. I did mess it up. I'm sorry. I had it. Is it Trayvon or Trevon? The E. I knew someone with the similar spelling of yours, and they were Trayvon. Is it Trevon? I feel dumb. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I got my eyes are just. The Porous Revolution. Thanks for sharing. Aloha from Hawaii. Thank you, Raven. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And hello, from Canada. Thank you. Thank you. I would like to meet you, CJ, but I don't know how I could get that to work on my end. Yeah, it would be, you see, it's hard. It's really hard, right? Because here's the thing. I have over 91,000 subscribers, which is amazing, right? So even if we do there's doesn't mean that every single person would want to meet me. Some people are just like, yeah, it's a Spyro guy. I know him. When he talks about Spyro, I get an update and I buzz off, and there's that, right? And there's even people that subscribe to me and then, forgot that they subscribed to me or whatever, right? And even some hate subscribers, right? But, maybe even if we have, because I typically get around 10 to 20,000 people actively typically hopping in on videos. So even if we go 10,000 people across the world are fans of my content that are consistent, right? That's hard to be able to figure out when you stretch 10,000 fans across the world. It's hard to be able to get them to meet in one place, right? Even a few of them. I will say though, while I was in Pittsburgh, I was at the Pittsburgh Zoo, and this was wild because I've met fans at conventions. That's the easiest place to meet fans, is conventions. You go to a convention, it's easy to meet a fan there because they know that you're going to be there. You have particularly, hold on, gotta turn on my vent here. You got particularly nerdy people. Come on, there you go. You got particularly nerdy people who are there, right? It's going to happen, right? You're going to meet people who are nerdy. You're going to meet people, and if people are nerdy, they're going to most likely be fans of YouTubers, right? So it's easier to do it at a convention. Having said that, when I was at the Pittsburgh Zoo, we were having lunch, And after we finished lunch, we were getting up and getting to go. Now I got 4 kids, so of course it takes a while to, to do anything with 4 kids. It takes a while. There's no such thing as let's just get up and go. It's all right. Everyone get up. Everyone got their shoes on. No, you took your shoes off. Okay, I got to put your shoe back on. Why are you taking off your socks? Put your socks back on. Also put your shoe on. Okay, we need to get this cart ready. Okay, turn around. Why do you have your shoes off again? Get them back on, please. Okay, why are you trying to lick the window? Get away from that. That's just life, right? So it takes a few minutes to get going. There was a really nice gentleman that opened the door for us while we were about ready to go. I was like, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And we left. And they had a kid too, but they only had one, and that's all. Just didn't think anything of it. And I was appreciate it. That's awesome. I got a message that I read when I got home that the person that opened the door for me was actually a fan of the channel and knew me and was like, I just want to let you know he said, I didn't want to bother you because you were having lunch, but I just want to say big fan of the channel. I didn't know how to approach you, but I just wanted to say love your work. I was just like, oh, that's so cool. You have 4 kids? I do have 4 kids, and there's going to be no more. I've made sure of that. No more children. Director's cut. Done. Finished. Finito, bonito. No more. After my wife almost died after the 4th one, you're like, you know what? I think it's about time we stop this permanently. So, but yeah, it was super cool. And no baby 24. No baby 24. No. So so that was really cool. So that was really interesting. Director's cut. Yes. Done. If there was ever a Crash Con or a Spyro Con, would you host another in front of live audiences like before? Absolutely. If they turn around and said, hey, we're doing a Spyro Con, I would be there. I would go. 100%. I don't know how big it would be. It'd probably be relatively small. But if there was a Spyro Con, I would 100% go. I would be like, where is it? Let's go. I will be there. The closest that we got was that there was a general convention, a small general convention whose theme was around classic platformers, and Spyro and Crash Bandicoot were involved in that, but it was a really relatively small con. And it wasn't like a Spyro or Crash Con. It was just like, it's a normal con that had thematics of platformers. So I was just like, okay, well, maybe not. But if there was a Spyro convention, absolutely, I would be like, get me there. I'm going to get there. I'm going to go. And, I'm going to get there. I'm going to go. If there was a Crash, and say likewise with Crash, I am hoping to try to land another panel. Have you ever gotten to cosplaying? Yes, I have. I did a punch-up cosplay recently, but I've been trying to come up and tantalize an idea for a cosplay that I wanted to do. I was thinking about doing a riff on... So, a few years ago, there was a really cool set of Mandalorians, but they were all evolutions. So their helmets were painted and they had the ears of the evolutions, right? And then but that was really the extent to like their stuff. And I thought to myself, that would be really, really, really cool if I did like a Spyro Mandalorian. But I thought to myself, okay, well, how would I do that? And I came up with this idea of having a Mando outfit with the Spyro horns coming off of it, with the crest going down, with the gauntlets being double flamethrowers, because you got like the double flamethrowers, a cape that was yellow on the back, orange on the inside that went down. And Instead of the Mandalore skull, it would be the artisan's homeworld, like the artisan's dragon on the shoulder. So it would be a Spiralorian, yeah. And so the chest would be yellow with purple helmet, and yeah, that was the idea. And I was thinking about the visor being like the burnt orange. I thought that would be really neat. And yeah, it would be a Spyro Mandalorian. So I had that idea. Wouldn't it be awesome if Toys for Bob hosted an ARB reveal conference in the same way SE did with Final Fantasy? Yes, that would be awesome. Sign me up fivefold. So, but I've had that idea now for like 2 years. And I started modeling it. I started to model it. There's a little bit of it's a little bit difficult, but it is something that I do want to do, and I think that it would be really neat. All right, I got time for a few more questions, and then I gotta go. Ryan Gosling is cast as the Ghost Rider. I am. I'm kind of sad about it. I'm a little bit saddened by it. Little bit saddened by it. The Spiralorian and Spargoo. Spargoo. The new Bubsy levels, I don't know. It didn't seem like when I look back, the when I did the Bubsy streams, looking back at the actual like when I look back at like the results of it, it didn't seem to do well. It didn't seem to do well. So like a lot of people were just not really into it. So I was kind of like, okay, well. So I kind of just stopped because people didn't really people didn't really like it. So I was like, all right, well, it is what it is. So all right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'll answer this question. Do you have any images of the design of the helmet? I have them buried somewhere. There's somewhere. I don't know where they are. What's your thoughts on Twitch using streams for AI training? I think that is absolutely positively baloney and absolutely positively terrible. It is ridiculous. It is silly. And I think that it is it is awful. It is awful. Awful. I think that it is quite literally like I genuinely think like that should be like a class action lawsuit. I still gotta opt out. I gotta opt out of it. I still gotta do that. I'll probably do that after the stream is done. But it genuinely makes me like angry to the point where there should be a class action lawsuit that they are using people's streams to train AI without alerting them, like without being explicit about it. Like they should turn around and have you opt in, right? Like, hey, do you want to do this? And You can even turn around and say, hey, we'll toss you X amount of dollars a month for us to use your streams to train AI, right? So at the bare minimum, you're making some sort of money, and you can just opt in or opt out. And it manually is opt out. But if you want to make some more coinage, you would opt in, right? And that would be your choice. So yeah, I gotta turn it off. I didn't opt into it, and I hate it. Like it's wild. So maybe they'll use the model for training about how stupid their AI training is. So there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time I have for tonight. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, probably with Dusk Fade. I'm interested in this game. Dusk Fade, if you don't know, it looks like a cross between like Jak and Daxter, Kingdom Hearts, a lot like PS2 classics. And I'm excited to give it a shot. And I would love to be able to play it. And we're going to be trying to play that tomorrow. And I would really love it if you guys could come on by and see it. So thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video and our live stream. Time for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.